Hello. You're on mute.
Hi. Yeah.
Great. Naomi, my name is Annabelle. I'll be the facilitator for today. So as we're getting more people coming on, Naomi, can you start sharing your screen? I just want to make sure that all the slides are going to be working.
Let me make sure that's. Sorry. Do you want me to go through them, or?
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yes. And then we have April.
Hi,
April,
how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Doing well. Hi, Naomi. Good to see you.
April, do you mind sharing your slides?
Oh, not at all. Can you see them okay?
Yes, you're good to go. And then Natasha,
Yes.
go ahead and override her share and feel free to share your slides.
Good.
Okay, your University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Okay, ladies are great. You're on time. Oh, you guys are making my evening just go so well. Okay, so I'm sure you all have probably done this several times and are probably Zoom certified and everything else. But I just want to make sure I go over some items with you. As you know, we will start broadcasting um, right at the half hour mark. This session goes for 45 minutes. Hi, Anthony. Hi, I remember you. Yes. Anthony, do you want to just share your slides just so we can make sure that everything's working correctly? So as I mentioned, the session goes for 45 minutes. We'll start at the 30-minute mark, and then you have 6 minutes to present. When you have 20 minutes, you're good to go, Anthony. Okay. When you have 20 minutes, wow, that's a long time. Yes. 20 seconds left in your presentation. I'll turn my camera back on, and that's a kind of subtle cue for you to wrap up any final thoughts. Just so you know, we have some time left in the present after everybody presents. Just as students are asking questions and so forth, so we're not all just staring at each other. I'll do a round robin and ask you what your favorite tradition of your institution is, so that gives you some additional time. So I like to share that ahead of time so you can actually think about that and I don't catch you just off guard. So at least put that in the back of your head. If we have enough time, then I'll go ahead and ask that. Let's see. I'll start with the beginning slide, and then I'll pass it on to the first presenter. The order of the presentation is, let me actually pull this up, is Texas Tech University, St. John's University, excuse me, University of Nebraska, Lincoln, Michigan State University, and Oklahoma State University. So Texas Tech, you are up first. And we have Mackenzie. Mackenzie, hi. Do you mind sharing your slides if you're going to be using any? Just so I can make sure technology is working.
Oh, yes. Let me see.
And as she's working on that, I just want to remind everyone that if you're not actively presenting, I ask that you turn off your cameras and also mute yourself.
I just had a quick question, if you don't mind. Would you like me to mute myself and turn off my camera while you introduce us, or would you like me to go ahead and be on here with you at the start of the presentation?
Yeah, you can be on here at the start of the presentation. You can mute yourself and then unmute once I pass it over to you.
Thank you so much. And did you want me to introduce the next university, or do you want me just to end it and just say thank you and then?
Yeah, no, I'll introduce the next institution. Typically, after that, when you reach the 6-minute mark, I'll actually pull up a slide of the schedule, and that's kind of the transition for the next institution to come on. So I'll go ahead and do the introductions for the institution.
Thank you so much. I appreciate everything. Good seeing everyone.
Sorry, Mackenzie, it came in and went. Were you okay?
Yeah, I think that it worked. So I think
Okay.
that we're good. Did we,
Okay.
I am so sorry. Did we already decide on an order? I don't know if I had missed an email for this.
Yeah, no problem. So the order, you're actually, you're at your last. So
Okay.
the order is Texas Tech, St. John's University, University of Nebraska, Lincoln, Michigan State University, and then Oklahoma State University.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And I usually try to keep everybody on time, so I take time as well, but you can feel free to use your phone if you have one. And then when you have 20 seconds left, I'll come back on. I'll turn my camera on, and that's kind of a cue for you to know that you have 20 seconds left to wrap up your final thoughts. Okay, so we are at the 30-minute mark. So if you're ready, I'm ready, and we will go ahead and start the broadcast. Just so you know, April, I'm going to share a slide, but you can keep yours up so you're ready, but I'm going to share a slide, so I'm going to kind of override your share. Okay, I am ready, so we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Marin Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you've registered. And now I would like to turn it over to our first speaker, Texas Tech University.
Good evening, everyone. My name is April Tipton. I serve as the lead admissions counselor for Texas Tech University. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. First off, I would love to tell you a little bit about Texas Tech University. Texas Tech University has a little over 250,000 residents. We're very excited to announce this year at Texas Tech, we have over 40,322 students, so we are a big public university. With that being said, we're very excited to announce that we're also able to keep the student to teacher ratio to 20:1. And if you notice here on this map here, we're located in Lubbock, Texas, which is West Texas. So we're 6 hours away from Dallas, 8 hours away from Houston. So we're definitely not a suitcase campus where you're going to be going home every weekend. I also like to point out 78% of our new students come from farther than 300 miles away. Texas Tech definitely does have a lot of live entertainment, so I always want students to be aware of that. There's also a lot of fun museums and art galleries out there to do as well. Also, with that being said, at Texas Tech University, We have 10 different academic colleges, and that's all including of undergrad, graduate, pre-law, medical, all under one campus. With that being said, again, we have our different undergrad or our different colleges that are listed here. For example, if you're looking to get into engineering or maybe the College of Arts and Science, we definitely have that. Again, we do have Honors College as well at Texas Tech University. We have 80 plus locations for study abroad. So if that's something that you're thinking that you may want to do, we do have a campus in Seville, Spain as well. Again, our Honors College is a really nice, unique way where our classes are very small, to say the least. It has unique opportunities for early acceptance programs. You can participate in Honors College all 4 years if you choose to, or if you decide to do it maybe for a year or two, however you want to do that. Just to also point out, Texas Tech is definitely a research university as well. So a lot of our students will go into Honors College to do the undergrad research as well. Life as a Red Raider. I always like students to be aware of being a Life as a Red Raider. We have over 550 clubs and organizations on Texas Tech campus. For an example, if there may be something on this list that you want to add, you certainly can do that. For an example, we had a student that wanted to start up a zombie club. So now they're on this list of being 550 student organizations at Texas Tech. We do have 19 resident halls on campus as well. So if you want to go ahead and live maybe in the community hall of the College of Engineering, the College of Communications, you certainly can do that. We also have 30 plus dining venues on campus as well. So we just want to make sure that you have those options too. Again, 19 different resident halls that you can choose from. You are required to live on campus your first year. Then after that, if you choose to, you can move off campus. Also, with that being said, what you see here is this 242 square foot lazy river that's here. We do have a rec center. Just to kind of point out, my little cousin is actually attending Texas Tech this year as well. He's from San Diego, from St. Augustine, a private school out here in San Diego as well. And the really cool thing, I was asking him, I go, Enrique, how do you like tech? And he's like, I love the rec center. It has an indoor track. It also has a rock climbing. If you're interested in yoga, it has that too as well. So just to name a few things as well. We do have a lot of spirits and traditions at Texas Tech University. As well. And also with that being said, we are a Division I university. So we are part of the Big 12. So if you're interested in maybe getting into one of our sports or athletic games or what have you, all you have to do is swipe your card and it literally gets you into one of the games as well. We do have a victory bell, which is quite exciting. Anytime that we have like a special game or a special occasion, we ring that bell and we get super excited. One of our big things that we do at Texas Tech is our annual Carol of the Lights. We string over 25,000 lights. Last year we had 20,000 attendees that attended with 9 proposals. So we always get super excited to have that as well at Texas Tech. So again, if you're looking for a college town, Texas Tech is definitely that. I kid you not, all we wear is red and black. One thing that I do want to point out too as well, the town of Lubbock lives and breathes for Texas Tech. So again, it's definitely a college town. The best way that I always describe Texas Tech is if you've ever seen Stanford University is taking it out to West Texas. And if you've ever been downtown Bakersfield, it's colliding those two together. I'm more of a visual person, so I wanted to give you a visual of what Texas Tech actually looks like. It's an absolute beautiful campus. Let's get started as far as the admissions requirements as well as important dates. So our important dates, again, the FAFSA opened up October 1st. We have our spring priority application deadline, which is going to be November 1st. Fall priority application deadline, which is going to be December 1st. Fall priority application deadline, which is going to be May 1st. And then when we have our summer priority application, which is going to be May 1st as well. So with that being said, I always encourage students to definitely sign up for Red Raider Connect. This is an awesome portal. So this portal is where you're going to be able to check your application status, upload your documents, which I'm going to go over with you in just a moment, register for any events that we have on campus too as well. So this is an amazing, amazing portal for our students to definitely sign up for Raider Connect as well. One thing that I want to point out, like I said, I'm going to be going over all this with you as well, where you can put all of your information on here. So the different requirements that we'll need for you is the $75 application fee. We'll also need you'll need to apply for Applied Texas or the Common App. We don't prefer one over the other. And then we'll need your official transcripts as well. Also with that being at Texas Tech University, these are the assured admissions here. So if you don't meet these requirements, there's different opportunities as well. So we do have test optional that's going to be available for our students too. And if you do qualify for a $1,000 scholarship from Texas Tech, that's where you're going to get the in-state tuition versus the out-of-state tuition at Texas Tech. We do have scholarships for our for our Matador scholarships too as well for our test optional students. I am actually located here in San Diego, so if you like more information, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining us and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. And our next presenter is St. John's University. Just a reminder, if you have questions for our presenters, please drop those in the Q&A. And also, if it's a specific question to a specific institution, please add the name of the institution to that question. So I'll hand it over to St. John's University.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Anthony here from St. John's University, and I'm just going to quickly go through my slides here for you. So the first slide to see here is just a picture of the campus. I always love to start with this picture because we are a school located in the city of New York, and I think a lot of people that are not from New York always think of just concrete and tall buildings. But we do have a full campus we do have a full campus in the borough of Queens and also Staten Island, and I'll go into a couple of those right now. So the different locations, we have a location in Queens, which is roughly about 15,500 students strong. Then we have a location in Staten Island, which is about 2,000 students strong. So it depends on what environment you're looking for, whether you want a medium-sized field or a smaller school. The Manhattan campus is specialized. So if you're interested in actuary science, risk management, and insurance, then that will be your home-based campus. We do have an option for business students to study in Manhattan, Staten Island, or Queens. So it's kind of up to you at that point. And you can see here in blue, we do have campuses overseas as well. So if you do have an interest in studying abroad, we have a campus in Rome, a campus in Paris, and a campus in Limerick, Ireland. Some of our key numbers, we're a medium-sized university. So overall, we have about 17,000 students with a 17-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio. So you have pretty manageable courses. We have a lot of students from many different places, 123 countries, 47 different states. We have over 180 different clubs and organizations on campus. We're also a Division I sports school, and we have about 100 different majors. So a lot of different things for you to get involved in. This is just a breakdown of the colleges that we have within our university. So we have a College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, Collins College of Professional Studies, St. John's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, School of Education, and our business school. So for the honors program here at St. John's, if you meet the criteria for the year that you're applying, you actually do not have to apply for it. You automatically get invited to it. You just have to decline or accept, depending on if you want to be part of it or if you just want to not take part. So no extra application, pretty seamless transition there. For double majors and minors and our multiple dual degree options, we do have a handful available. For example, we have a 7-year biooptometry program. We have MBA programs, a lot of other programs you can do in 5 years. So if you have any interest in that, definitely reach out to me. Living on campus. So I'll quickly talk about the suites that we have on campus. So we have 2 different styles of living. Suite style is 4 rooms in a suite, 2 rooms each side of the suite with 2 bathrooms, which I think is very convenient. So if you have that one roommate that uses the bathroom way too long, you do have extra bathroom there, so you don't have to worry about fighting over it. The other style, traditional style, was just 2 rooms with the conjoining bathroom. And the traditional style can only happen freshman year. So after freshman year, everything will be suite style. Here's just a list of our sports. I actually am pretty sure I'm the only school that doesn't have football, so I'm sorry about that. That's in this group. But we are Division I in the Big East. We do play basketball at Madison Square Garden, so hopefully that makes up for it a little bit. But it is pretty cool to go to games at St. John's, and everything is free to attend with the exception of the games at Madison Square Garden. So the games at Madison Square Garden are $10, or you sit behind the basket. So you can see some of the pictures right here, where you sit in the student section. It's a pretty wonderful environment. But if you want to play club and intramural sports, we definitely have that available as well. So studying abroad. Here's just some of our staple programs. So freshman year, you can go to Rome or Paris at the end of your semester. Our Western Europe semester right here is actually our most popular one. So you spend 5 weeks in each country. So you'll spend 5 weeks in Rome, 5 weeks in Paris, 5 weeks in Ireland, and take 2 courses in each country. So that's how that's broken down. But you do have the opportunity to stay in one country if you choose to. And we also have areas in Costa Rica and Colombia that are mainstays. But if you don't want to go to anything that's listed here, we send students all over the world. We have internships overseas as well. So, definitely inquire within if you're thinking about studying abroad. Our placement rate, so we have 94%, 94.3% overall placement rate after graduation. A lot of that has to do with our internship program. So being in New York City definitely helps out in terms of different types of internship opportunities you can get, whether it's in healthcare, like here's Northwell Health, which is one of the largest networks in the New York area, top media companies like Disney, MTV, NBC, sports with the Islanders, MLB, NFL, NBA, Merrill Lynch for finance. So there's a lot of different areas that students can get into. So we do a pretty good job with that. And most of our majors actually require internships. So the application information, we are free to apply, whether it's Common App or our own application. We are fully test optional this year. So we're a test optional school to begin with, but literally every single major this year is test optional. We only had about 6 that weren't, but this year everything is test optional. If you're going to go test optional, we do recommend 2 letters of rec. Essay is required, and we do highly recommend a resume. So all 3 of those things together will help out your application in terms of study. In terms of applying without test scores. If you do intend to apply with test scores, the average is a 1200 SAT, average ACT 25, and we do super score. And then here's just some of our dates. So early decision, November 15th. Early action, which is the most popular one to apply for, is December 1st, and you hear back around January 15th. If you apply after December 1st, you just go into rolling admissions. So whenever you apply, we'll read your application. And the only 2 programs that have a deadline are pharmacy and biooptometry. So that has a hard deadline on February 1st. But any other majors that we offer, they don't have a technical deadline. Scholarships. So our merit scholarships run from $5,000 up to $30,000. The ones that you see with the application deadline, those are ones that you have to apply for separately. Merit is automatic with your application for admission. So no worries about that. Tuition costs, so we do, the Queens campus is $43,000 per year. Staten Island tuition is $30,000. Don't worry too much about the difference. Our scholarship packages have to actually pretty much eat up the difference, so don't worry too much about that. But the room and board is $17,000 for each campus. And then we do have I have to open those dates, but we do have an open house next month. So these pass, but if you do have questions about that, sure, feel free to reach out. But we do have other ways to visit. So this is just my information, stjohns.edu/visit. Send us messages if you want to look at campus or send me an email. But other than that, I will hand it over.
Great, thank you so much. The next institution that we will hear from is the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. Just a reminder, if you have questions, please feel free to drop those in the Q&A for the presenters. So I'll hand it over to the University of Nebraska Lincoln.
Great. Thank you so much, Annabelle. My name is Natasha Roberts. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am the Regional Recruitment Specialist here in California for the University of Nebraska Lincoln. I will let you know, it's saying my internet is unstable right now, so if I suddenly start sounding like a robot, I apologize ahead of time. I want to make sure that any seniors out there, I can get you a fee waiver code. That is ultimately what my goal is for today. So if you are a senior, make sure to scan that QR code so that I can get you a fee waiver code by the end of this week. But I'm also here to share my love for the University of Nebraska Lincoln. We are a large public research university located in, you guessed it, Lincoln, Nebraska. We are a land-grant university and the flagship institution for the state of Nebraska. So basically, if you think about combining the UCs and the CSUs together, that's the caliber of education you will be receiving at Nebraska. With just over 20,000 undergraduate students from all over the country and world, we are one of the smaller populations within the Big Ten. And we have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio with our average class size being 35. So we do a fantastic job at making that large school feel small, and we really pride ourselves on giving personalized, individualized attention to every single student. We are a part of the Big Ten Alliance, which means our Division I athletics are a part of the Big Ten Athletic Conference. And what that means for you all are big game days. So while there are a few big schools in California who have football teams, college sports is really nothing compared to the Midwest. The whole city Decked out in red on game days, our school pride and traditions means you are a part of something bigger, not only at Nebraska and part of our campus, but also as a part of the city of Lincoln. Lincoln is the ultimate college city that offers the benefits of a large city with the feel of a friendly Midwestern community. It is the heart of what has officially been called the Silicon Prairie. So that means there are hundreds of startup companies and businesses hiring directly from our university, and also offers over 130 miles of hiking and biking trails and nearly the highest amount of parkland per capita in the US. So it is a perfect mix of city and nature. And you've probably heard of other schools being within a college city, but what makes Lincoln the ultimate college city is that the cost of living is very low. It ranks very high for safety, and people are super friendly, which makes it the perfect place for college students and young professionals. You can see some of our rankings that Lincoln holds, including one of the most caring cities and one of the best places to live in the US. So you are never far away from a helpful, friendly face in Lincoln, Nebraska. And it is no wonder why we as Huskers pride ourselves on being Nebraska nice, which is previously our statewide slogan, in Nebraska. So it is an official term in Nebraska as being Nebraska nice. And while college sports is a point of pride at Nebraska, we also have the academics to match. So we offer 150 different programs, as broad as engineering and architecture to as specific as food technology for companion animals. So if you want to make pet food, PGA golf management. We also have 31 different majors in agriculture. Our actuarial science program has a reputation for being one of the best in the country. Our College of Business is ranked 31st in the country and is one of less than 200 programs with an accreditation in both business and accounting. Our journalism program has the first of its kind journalism drone laboratory. We offer a forensic science major as well as a pre-criminology and criminal justice major. And our ceramics program is ranked number 9th in the country. So as you can see, any direction you go, you'll find a stellar program and incredible opportunities. Our exploratory and pre-professional advising center helps to guide undeclared students and provides a pre-health, pre-law, and pre-veterinary track. We also have 3 different honors programs, as well as a Teachers Scholars Academy for students looking for a more elevated, individualized education. And as a research institution, we're all about collaborating with your peers and colliding with hands-on experiences and research. So to show the extent of our facilities on campus, we have 12 laboratories in our computer science and engineering program alone. So that's one program within one college within our entire university. We have greenhouses and horticulture laboratories, a tractor test laboratory, try saying that 5 times fast, a tractor test laboratory, a Rogers Memorial Research Farm, the first of its kind journalism drone lab, like I mentioned. Students in our forestry classes get harnessed up and hang in our trees on campus. We have design labs for our architecture interior design students. Career services is where students are finding internships, practicums, volunteer experiences, and community engagement. But you can also gain hands-on experience through our first-year learning communities within our freshman residence hall. So this is within housing. Each learning community also has a faculty or staff sponsor from your chosen college or department who will create experiences for you throughout the year, offer support or assist in advising you, or teach one of your courses within the learning community. For example, our biological science learning community students in the past have had an exclusive seminar that involved roadkill CSI, where students got to dissect and examine animals collected by their professor. We offer 28 different learning communities within our first year housing that offers a great way for students to learn together, gain experiences, and connect with other freshmen, upperclassmen, as well as faculty and staff. But ultimately, everything I mentioned this evening is to give you a fantastic education so you can go to do big things. We have dozens of centers and resources on campus to help you succeed and connect you to your career, personal goals. So whether it's starting a company or working for NASA or John Deere, or developing software to diagnose cancer, our students are going on to do big things. We have assured admissions requirements, meaning if you meet our performance requirement and our course requirement, you're guaranteed admission. We're on the coalition common application and our own application. I want to make sure to leave my all of my information. If you scan that QR code, I can get you a fee waiver code and answer any questions that you may have. But thank you so much for having us tonight, and go Big Red.
Great, thank you. Our next presenter will be Michigan State University. Just a reminder, please, any questions you have, drop them in the Q&A. And if it's specific to an institution, feel free to add the institution's name to that. So I'll hand it over to Michigan State University.
Good evening. My name is Naomi Schoenhals, and I am with Michigan State University. I'm based here in the Bay Area. Can you see the slides?
Yes, we can see the slides.
Okay, sorry, there we go. Okay, so Michigan State University is a large public research institution. We're located in a quintessential college town that's called East Lansing, Michigan. There are about 50,000 people who live in East Lansing. We also have about 50,000 students on campus. We do focus on the undergraduate students. We have about 39,000 undergraduate students from every state and from 120 different countries. So we truly are a global institution. California is the third most represented state on our campus. We have over 200 areas of study, and it's not uncommon for students to either double major or do a major and a minor in another area. And popular majors for students from the West Coast particularly include our business programs. We are nationally ranked. We're ranked #1 in the country for supply chain management and #2 for hospitality business. We're also ranked in the top 50 in the country for engineering. Health sciences is very strong. We do have a medical school. We also have the oldest communications school in the country and the oldest continuously operating criminal justice program. And we're also well known for kinesiology. And we are a Big Ten Division I school. And you can see the stadium there. We are the Spartans, and our colors are green and white. We have 17 degree granting colleges. And we also have 3 residential college options. And those are popular for students who want that big college experience, but also want a smaller, more intimate academic experience and want to live with other students who share their academic interests. One of those, our largest, is called Lyman Briggs College, popular for students who are interested in pre-med and in math and science. Our mid-size is called James Madison College, very popular for students who are looking at law school. And our smallest is the Residential College of Arts and Humanities. And even though we're a large institution, our faculty to student ratio is, or student to faculty ratio is 16:1. At Michigan State, we really want people to build their own experience and have their own adventure, both inside and outside the classroom. We are a top tier Research 1 institution. We really do promote undergraduate research in all disciplines. We're also a big advocate of education abroad. We just recently got ranked number 13 in the country by US News for our education abroad program. We go to about 60 countries. We have about 275 programs, and we go to every continent, even Antarctica. We're such advocates of education abroad that every student who is from out of state who comes to Michigan State is offered either a $3,000 or $5,000 education abroad scholarship to use. We're also a school that really promotes student involvement. We have over 900 clubs and organizations on campus. Popular ones include academic clubs, student government, Greek life, so fraternities and sororities, definitely sports, club sports, and intramural sports. You name it, we probably have it, but if we don't, you just have to find one other person. You can petition to start a club, and that is how many of our clubs have originated. If you do decide that you want to apply, you can apply using either the common application, that's the way most people apply, or the coalition application, or our own MSU application. And we would just need the application and your official transcript. We look at initially at least at grades 9 through 11. And I'm the person who reviews files for the Marin County area. I would be looking at your grades and the difficulty of courses that you've taken. So have you challenged yourself? And also what's called grade trend. We do require an essay. You just choose one of the prompts on one of the applications. And we do not require recommendation letters. And we also unfortunately don't get to interview you. So whatever you write in your essay becomes important. We have no minimum GPA requirements, and we have gone test optional for this year because of the pandemic. You see there the middle 50% for fall 2019 freshman profile. That's a weighted middle 50% for the GPA. And if you do apply and you apply test optional, you'll still be considered for the same scholarships as people who submit tests, and also still be considered for the honors college. And this year, the merit scholarships will range from $5,000 to $15,000 per year. And then the honors college will offer additional scholarship money if you qualify. And it is by invitation only. And I do want to say that about 80% of students who apply to Michigan State get one of those nice letters in the mail that says, congratulations, welcome to the Spartan family. And that's all I have this evening. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And our next institution that we'll hear from is Oklahoma State University.
Awesome, thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie Rash and I am the admission at Oklahoma State University for the state of California. So Oklahoma State, we are located in Stillwater, Oklahoma. We have 24,000 students in undergrad and about 4,100 in our freshman class. So we have students from all 50 states and over 100 different countries. And 26% of our students are from out of state. And we have around 100 to 150 of those students coming from the state of California. So OSU at a glance, you can see we are 1 hour from Tulsa and 1 hour from Oklahoma City. So typically our students coming from California will fly into either of those main cities, or we have a direct flight that comes from Dallas. We have over 200 majors to choose from, as well as 100 minors to choose from. We have more than 500 clubs and organizations on campus, which makes it really easy to get involved really quickly at Oklahoma State. One of my favorite things as a student was this thing that's called Lights on Stillwater, which is the second day of school, where you're able to go to all of the different clubs and organizations on our library lawn to meet students and see what you're wanting to get involved in. It's a really cool opportunity. All of our freshmen will live on campus their first year. And so we have a lot of different housing options, including traditional suites or deluxe suites. But something fun about Oklahoma State is we have living learning programs where you can live in the same residential hall as people from your major or people with common interests. Like we have a leadership living learning program where if you're interested in studying leadership or being a part of leadership organizations, you can join that living learning program. Or we also have an outdoor living learning program for all of our students that are interested in being outdoors and camping and rock climbing and things like that. So there's always somewhere for you to come and be at Oklahoma State. And we love just having students be able to live with students that have common interest. So we are very lucky that we have so many generous alums that have helped OSU build some of the most state-of-the-art academic facilities in the country, with every one of our academic colleges just getting upgrades or brand new buildings in the recent years. So here's a few highlights. Our top left is the new Spear School of Business building. Our top middle is the Student Union, which is the student union in the Big 12 Conference, because Oklahoma State is in the Big 12 Conference. Our top right is the Endeavor Lab, which is in a completely undergraduate research lab for our engineering students, which is one of the very few buildings like that in the country that is solely dedicated to undergraduate research. bottom left, our College of Agriculture just announced that we are having a brand new $100 million building that will open fall 2023 called the Ferguson College of Agriculture. So we're really excited for that opportunity. But in between, while they're still building, know that we do still have all of our live animal barns on campus for that hands-on learning experience for our ag majors, as well as 5 different pre-vet majors, including our early admission to our vet school program, because Oklahoma State does have a vet med program. Our bottom middle is our historic Old Central. It is the oldest building in the state of Oklahoma. It was originally our Oklahoma State University. And so if you are wanting to be a part of our honors college, which is a top 10 rated honors college in the nation, then that is where some of your honors classes would be. And then the bottom right is the McKnight Center for Performing Arts. And the McKnight Center opened this past year with the New York Philharmonic coming and opening for us. So a lot of exciting things happening on our campus at Oklahoma State. And so OSU has 52 NCAA national championships, which makes us 4th in the country and 1st in the Big 12. So we are in the Big 12 Conference Division I sports, and we just have some of the best facilities in the country as well. Top left is Boone Pickens Stadium. In football, we are loving that we are ranked in the top 10 right now, and we're so excited for Saturdays in Stillwater. It's unlike any other. Top right is Gallagher Iba Arena, which houses our basketball programs as well as our nationally ranked wrestling program. And we're really excited about our men's basketball program this year. So bottom left is softball, which is coming off of a World Series appearance, and we're hoping to repeat this next year. The bottom middle is our brand new baseball stadium that has not been used yet. We're hoping to use that in the spring with our men's baseball team who just came off a Big 12 win, Big 12 conference. And then our bottom right is our women's soccer team that are also Big 12 champions. So obviously, athletics are a huge deal at Oklahoma State. We love our teams, and Stillwater is just a very traditional college town where everyone lives and breathes the Cowboys. So another aspect of OSU that's really unique is that we have the largest college homecoming in the nation. So we have a week full of events, including walk around, which you can kind of see there in the top left picture, where our Greek neighborhoods, fraternities, and sororities pair together to just build these huge, large house decks. And there's a really big walk around the night before the game, as well as a week-long celebration. So next year will be our 100th year for our homecoming. And so we're really excited about that. An application with us, we are not on the Common App or the Coalition app, but your application is also your scholarship application at OSU. So what we need from you is to fill out our application on our website, along with an application fee or fee waiver, and send us your transcript. And we are test optional this year, which if you have not been able to take a test because of COVID-19, that's totally fine. We have other ways of admitting you, and we also have test optional scholarships. And what makes your application your scholarship application is we have essays as well as a leadership and involvement resume. So by completing all of this, you are eligible for all competitive scholarships at OSU. Here's just kind of an essential timeline for us of things to be looking for. The biggest thing to note here is that you have until July 1st of 2021 to submit test scores in order to get scholarships with us. And then finally, here is our out-of-state achievement scholarship chart. So this is based off of your GPA only if you haven't been able to take a test, as well as different tests to help lower that out-of-state cost. Like I said, my name is Mackenzie, and here's my contact information. So if you need anything, I'm happy to help. And as always, go Pokes.
Thanks so much. Well, that concludes all of the presentations. If you have questions at this time, the representatives are here to answer any of your questions. We still have just a couple more minutes. to be able to answer some questions. But if I can just ask a question to the representatives, I know part of what students get really excited about are some of the traditions that happen at your campuses. Some of you alluded to some of those, special traditions, but if you can actually share what your favorite tradition is at your institution, just so students can kind of put themselves in that spirit as well. And we can go in the order in which you presented. So we would start with Texas Tech, just 30 to 40 seconds. What is your favorite tradition?
Thank you. Yes, one of my favorite traditions at Texas Tech is homecoming. It's an excellent week full of activities for Texas Tech students, such as a bonfire, parade, floats, competition, open house, award programs for our students, as well as the football game. And then they also elect a homecoming king and queen. So it's a lot of fun out there for homecoming at Texas Tech.
And the next institution, St. John's?
Yes, so one weekend that I particularly like at St. John's is where we do our Midnight Madness weekend, which also is surrounded with our weekend in terms of doing community service. So we have the Midnight Madness, but it's never at midnight for whatever reason, but it was just called that. But we started usually at 8 o'clock, and then it's a nice event. Usually it's like an artist that comes. You get to showcase the basketball teams and highlight what they do well. And then the next day we do our community service day as a university community. So it's pretty cool to see that. And there's a lot of other events that go on for students, so I definitely love that.
Yeah, absolutely. That does sound like fun. The next is the University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
Yeah, so our freshmen during their kind of welcome week, their first week on campus, my favorite tradition is that they get to do what they call the tunnel run. So behind me is Memorial Stadium, our big football field, and all of our freshmen get to run through the tunnel onto our field, get to take pictures, and then they all get together and make a big N to make their kind of freshman class picture. So it's really exciting for all the students to get onto the football field and be able to kind of get that first impression their first week. It's pretty fun.
Yes, absolutely. Next is Michigan State University.
One of our popular traditions is called the Rock. And we have this big rock on our campus, and different student groups will paint the rock whenever there are things going on, like politically or community-wise or sports-wise, or people even sometimes will propose to someone by writing, "Will you marry," or painting in green and white. Those are our colors. "Will you marry me" on the rock, or something like that. So the rock is a place where people pass by as often as possible on campus.
Oh, that rock is very sentimental. It has a lot of different emotions, and yes, that sounds just great. In Oklahoma State?
Yeah, so for all of our home football games, we have something called the walk, where everyone lines, basically the walk where our football players walk from our student union to the stadium, because we do have a hotel connected to our student union that all of the football players stay in the night before. And so during the walk, all of our students and all of the fans attending the football game all line the walk so that everyone can cheer them on. And it happens every Saturday in Stillwater for all of our home games. So that's a really fun tradition that not only students get to participate in, but also alum.
Yes, well, all those traditions sound just amazing, and I know they're special to each institution. So I hope you were able to at least get a glimpse of some of the environment of each institution just by hearing some of those traditions. Well, at this time, I just want to provide some additional information. When you close your window, you will actually be receiving a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And also, this was just one of the many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recordings as well as any other sessions that you've attended at the website where you registered. So I'd like to thank our panelists for their time and their information that they've shared, and also thank you for joining us this evening. Have a good evening.